really been interested in Caterhams before. That is, of course, until I was given the opportunity to drive the 420R, which looks sure to be a great drive.
You join me without a hat on. That's for two reasons. Firstly, it's because I took the 240-mile journey to get here and realised I forgot my hat. And secondly, because I'm inside a Caterham. The Caterham that I'm currently driving is a 420R. It comes with 210 horsepower and it weighs around just over half a ton.
The Caterham 420R made me fall in love with the brand. I loved everything about it. I loved the community of people that drive them. I loved driving it myself. The only downsides that I can see were the exhaust pipe and the 4-point harness that you had to put on every time you got in or out of the car. But these small things pale into insignificance when you experience the driving pleasure of a Caterham.